shit. Oh my gosh, that was so epic.
I think that's it.
There he is.
You guys ready? Let's pull it.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Hey! And JB's on there!
600!
600! Yes! Yay! 600 mile time. That would be just.
So here we are, back with the real Supercharger.
Okay, we are on the test track.
They'd recommend putting your head on the headrest.
Okay.
There he's ready. Nope.
Yep. Oh. Oh, there it goes. Oh, that never gets old either.
We have the post-production production cars here.
Wait, what?
Yeah, oh yeah, you watch it.
Well, why is he gonna throw it?
I don't know, but we can watch it.
Yeah.
He just used a sledgehammer. What?
Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
I'm Eric, otherwise known as Derek, here in Shanghai at Gigafactory 3.
Ballapalooza. It's like tricks.
3, 2, 1.
Will it wipe is the big question of the day.
Will it wipe?
Generic cornflakes.
Whoa! It's raining cornflakes! Oh. This is trippy. Look, there's nothing here.
Hello everyone, once again, I am David, this is Eric, and together we are Derek, and we are going to talk about all that's new in the world of Tesla this week, and once we've gone over the news, we'll open up to your questions and see if we can give you some answers.
Yes. Welcome everybody, hopefully you all had a good week.
A lot of big news.
A lot of big news
in the Tesla world.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest one, of course, we're going to go into that in detail, but the biggest one, full self-driving subscription finally dropped.
Yes, thank God. It's been forever in the making, and now we finally have it. We're going to go and talk about that one more towards the end, though, because I really want to talk with you guys about that and see what all you guys have to say about it, because I have a feeling you all have a lot to say about it. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and jump and start into some other things. First thing first, in the ever more updates for Model Y, they now have bioweapon defense mode. New Model Ys coming from the factory now have bioweapon defense mode. So here you can see You can tell there's a Model Y by the rims and everything, and it now has the bioweapon defense mode. So the cool thing though about this is supposedly there will be an aftermarket, or not necessarily aftermarket, but there'll be an item in the Tesla shop that you can go ahead and buy and have this potentially retrofitted into your current Model Y. No idea how much that's going to cost yet or anything like that, but if we have the Y when that comes out, we'll probably go ahead and do that.
Yeah, currently we still have the Y and the S100D in the garage, but as many of you know, we're waiting for delivery of a Plaid S, a Long Range S, and a Long Range X. So we're gonna have to make room in the garage because we're not gonna be able to fit 5 Teslas in there.
Yeah, so somebody is going to have to go. We just need to kind of figure out what the timeline's going to be because we're not 100% sure yet. Yeah. Next up, so Cybertruck updates. I can't tell you how many tweets I get, how many private messages I get asking about Cybertruck. So luckily we actually have some details this week. So first thing first, Trevor actually asked, or said that Cybertruck's going to be a game changer, etc. And Elon actually responded, to be frank, there's a chance that Cybertruck will flop because it's so unlike anything else. Don't really care though, everything else looks like kind of a copy. And if you kind of go in here, you have to kind of dig for it a little bit, but they went over some other things. And Elon actually responded to several people, but Zach actually asked anything new or pics you want to share. And Elon said in the end, they kept production design almost exactly as the car shown, which previously Elon had actually said, and some other people high up at Tesla said they were having to shrink it like up to 3%.
And then they decided not to, I think. Yeah.
Exactly. And then there were some other things that we kind of heard along the way, but it sounds like really the changes aren't going to be much, if anything at all.
But one big change is the 4-wheel steering.
Yes, so Elon says just some small tweaks here and there to make it slightly better. Now there'll be no door handles. Car recognizes you and will open the door. That's
Kind of like on the roads, the next gen Roadster we saw.
Exactly, and kind of like Model X. I mean, you have to press it for it to open.
Yeah.
But I guess that's kind of like a halfway to there.
Yeah.
But also, Elon did say having all 4 wheels steer is amazing for nimble handling and tight turns, much like we've seen in the Rivian and the Hummer EV. So that'll be kind of cool to see once we actually get like some video of that, because I would imagine they gotta have it in at least one of them so far.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting too if that's going to be standard on all models or if that's going to be something extra.
Yeah,
I think for
sure.
For production simplicity they would add it to all of them, but that's got to add to the cost.
Yeah, or do you think this is like a tri-motor only kind of thing, like the top of the line?
Could be.
Or an additional
Remains
option.
to be seen.
Yep. So it is kind of cool though to see some more details because they've been very quiet about this Cybertruck. Not gonna lie. So next up, we actually have another Cybertruck detail. So it has been rumored that. Sorry, I'm trying to open it here. Tesla has signed a $436 million deal with Samsung to supply camera modules, presumably for the Cybertruck. But Samsung actually, Korea Economy Daily reported that Samsung signed a $436 million deal to supply a top U.S. electric vehicle maker with camera modules for a new model. Although Tesla and Cybertruck names were not featured in the post, all information provided hinted the deal was with the California manufacturer for its new pickup truck. And this was actually on July 13th. This came out. I don't know who else would get this because the details specifically stated largest U.S. EV maker. Well,
yeah.
I mean,
kind of narrows it down.
Narrows it down quite a lot. So
and for a new model, that narrows it down even more.
Exactly. But I mean, we've seen so many cool things with the Cybertruck. The mirrors are actually integrated into the wheel arches for the front wheels. So I guess they're going to be taking a different approach for whatever cameras they're using now and probably switching over to Samsung. Now, this might actually be cameras for the entire lineup going forward at some point, but we definitely know for $436 million...
That's a lot of cameras.
That's a lot of cameras. Because, I mean, they're paying wholesale price. So are they going to be doing this on all their cameras? What about their triple cam up front? Yeah. I don't know.
Because you got to think that per car, it's got to be less than $1,000 per car, way less. Than
Oh,
1,000.
way less,
And
yeah.
so to spend 436 million, that's a lot of cameras.
That is a ton of cameras. So I guess we'll kind of see what happens with that. But that's kind of it for some Cybertruck stuff that we do have. Now, in the world of Cybertruck, everything is evolving so fast. So as soon as we hear some other stuff, we will definitely let you know. Next up, FSD stuff.
Yeah, he did have there were a few other interesting tweets that Elon put out earlier this week, and as Eric mentioned, one of them was about full self-driving. Somebody was talking with him about if they were talking about full self-driving, and they mentioned, how will cars hear emergency vehicles and sirens, and Elon said that they would have full self-driving would require microphones going forward in the future. So it remains to be seen, will cars be retrofitted with those microphones, or will that be like an autopilot 4 feature going forward?
Yeah, this is where I mean, it's going to come up a lot when we talk about the FSD. So what about all these extra retrofits?
Yeah, because we already know that like Autopilot 2 came out, and they said
Yeah.
all those vehicles were capable of full self-driving way back in like October of 2016, and since then they have upgraded to Autopilot 2.5 and Autopilot 3, and then we were able to upgrade our Autopilot 2 and Autopilot 2.5 cars up to that full self-driving computer Autopilot 3, but we still don't have a microphone, and the S still doesn't have that internal camera, which is now available on the new S and X. So it remains to be seen, will these new cameras and microphones be added to older vehicles?
Yeah,
We don't know, but it definitely makes sense because we've been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
We use our ears when driving, and you can definitely know if you hear a siren, you got to pay extra attention and pull over. You can tell what direction it's coming from. So they might need multiple microphones, and we've been wondering how are they going to do this, and now we know they need microphones.
Chris actually said microphones in the cab will be used.
That'd be
So
interesting.
maybe they'll be like always listening. So maybe you could say, "Hey Tesla," instead of having to push the button. I would like that.
Yeah,
That would be nice.
Kind of like with the Google and Alexa. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So if anyone is listening to this at home, okay Google, Alexa, and hi Siri. Oh no, my phone just went off. Oh,
no.
sorry. Every time we're watching a video and it says one of those, it like messes up our whole system. Real quick, Summon Tesla, thank you for the $4 super chat. Says, give us a smile, you guys look too serious.
It's a hot day today.
It's a hot day. We've been busy. There's a lot of, yeah. But yes, thank you so much.
Thank
I do
you for the
appreciate
super
that.
chat.
So yeah, microphone. It would be cool if the microphone in the cab can just kind of be like an always listening.
I wonder
kind
though,
of
do
thing.
they need multiple microphones though, just to be able to triangulate
Pinpoint?
or to pinpoint the direction it's coming from? Older cars would
Potentially.
probably not have as many microphones, but with the new S and X that are coming out, we know they're going to have active noise cancellation, so it might be easier for those.
Yeah. Who is this that I activated the home assistant? Sorry. That's so funny. Anyway, next up, V3 supercharging. So we actually have a video on this kind of coming up soon, talking about supercharging and where it's going to go. Hopefully we can get that filmed this week. But in the meantime, there was actually an update.
Yeah, Elon tweeted out again that they would be upgrading superchargers to 300 kilowatts, which, as you might know, the current V3 superchargers are maxed out at 250 kilowatts. And while you don't get that the entire time, it definitely makes it so that you can charge faster. It helps to speed it up for you and gets you off that supercharger faster, so it allows other people to charge there as well. But now he's talking about upgrading to 350 kilowatts, and it remains to be seen, is this with the current hardware, or will are they going to be needing to tweak the hardware somewhat? And I think they might be able to do it with the existing hardware, just because it's something that you're not stuck at that 250 for long. And the way that they balance the loads with superchargers currently, it definitely seems within the realm of possibility that they could do it with existing hardware.
Yeah, definitely. And I
again-
have all these stories to pull up, but it seems like my mouse has officially bit the dust.
That's
So
odd.
yeah,
That's
I might have to
weird.
go grab another one real quick.
But anyways,
Yeah.
it's good to hear that they're increasing the speed of supercharging network. And as we know, there's still tons of like V2 superchargers out there that are a lot slower, maybe limited to 130 or 150 kilowatts, but they are definitely rapidly expanding, adding new V3 locations. So I hope that they go back and kind of fill in the gaps, because while they're adding the new V3 locations, there's still a lot of these older ones out there, like especially on the original superchargers that were built like 5-6 years ago. They're still slower and they're load balanced. So if there's someone else next to you, it can take a while to charge sometimes because that load is shared. Whereas on the newer ones, they don't share as much, or it's not directly. You're not with a paired supercharger, so it's a lot easier to stay at higher rates. It looks like Eric's having some technical difficulties with his mouse, so
Keep going.
okay, I will keep going. But okay, another thing that was in the news this week is Tesla. Looks like they were talking about how the 3G network will be going away in, it looks like 2022. And well, newer cars since about 2016, I believe, have had the LTE chip in them, and Tesla has offered an upgrade for those older vehicles that were built before then that only had 3G chips. And in the past, that price, I think it was like $500 and it dropped down to $300. Sounds like Tesla is lowering the price even more so that these older vehicles can get upgraded. And I think it's going to be between $200 and $300 for that upgrade. And that's not too bad considering the labor that's required to, take apart your console on the older S and X and, remove the daughter board to put in that to replace the 3G board with something that's going to support LTE or maybe even 5G speeds. So definitely good that Tesla's still supporting that. Now, for those of you who don't want to get the upgrade, your car will still work. It just won't have any connectivity, and you would have to use Wi-Fi or something. You'd have to create a Wi-Fi hotspot with your car. So that would be a bit of an inconvenience. So it's probably worthwhile to get that upgrade from the 3G.
Sorry, working on mouse work. Thank you so much, Summon Tesla, for the $7 super chat. I really appreciate that.
Oh. Oh no!
Oh no! The money's broken.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we
7.
go.
Oh, we're having some technical difficulties.
Said, will you ever consider coming to Vancouver, BC?
Yes, we love Vancouver.
Dinner on me and maybe collaboration if you guys are up for it. Keep up the great work. Definitely.
Love Vancouver. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Once the border opens,
exactly. I think that's the biggest issue right now. We probably would have already been there had it not.
Yeah,
been
we're
shut.
definitely planning to do a road trip up to British Columbia, and we just gotta wait for it to open. Love Vancouver Island as well too. Totally different, but love Victoria and stuff. So definitely would like to get up there again.
Yeah, for sure. But thank you so much for the $7 super chat. Really appreciate that.
Another little bit of news, it's not that big, but somebody noticed that on the listings for the new Model X, they lowered the speed rating slightly from 155 miles per hour to 149 miles per hour. Not a huge difference, but if you're going from, instead of 22 still lists the 155, but the 20-inch ones is 149. So I'm not sure if that's because of the tires. Maybe they're not rated to 155. I'm not quite sure the change, but I'm sure that's not going to really affect anybody's decision, that like a 6 mile per hour change, because you're not going to be driving 149, 155 that often, but just a little FYI.
I mean, definitely, I think there's only like 0.001% of Model X buyers that will ever be able to utilize that. Even then, I honestly don't know anyone that's maxed out a Model X.
Yeah, but I think, so just another recap before we get into full self-driving discussion. As I mentioned before, we still are waiting. We still have not taken delivery. It's now been, not that I'm counting, 299 days.
I'm counting.
Since we placed the order for our Model S Plaid. And while they started delivering them back on June 10th last month, we still don't have ours. And we are waiting for the Plaid S and the Long Range S, and then eventually the Long Range X, but we're not expecting that before August anyways.
Yeah.
But we still haven't taken delivery, unfortunately. We will let you know when we do. We're going to have some like live videos, or we'll have a video that day when we take delivery.
Definitely. And I guess the biggest thing is like both our Plaid and Long Range said June, back in June. And then when it rolled over to July, it disappeared.
Well, originally when you ordered them, I think they were supposed to be like February.
Well, yeah.
Or for the long range one, February, March, but it never said it on our account. But then, like I said, it did. So in May it showed June, and then in June it showed July. Or no, actually, I think it waited until July. It said July, and then it disappeared, but came back, but still no delivery. But like, I don't know if you just said it, but the Plaid, the July delivery date actually disappeared.
Yeah, so now the only one that currently says July is the Long Range. The Plaid has disappeared, and the X still says August, but I mean, I'm not really counting on it at this point. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know. It's just sad, because all I want is a car. I see Diego is asking, are we still getting a new Y? I don't think we're planning on getting any more Ys right now.
Not right now, no.
If anything, the Y we currently have is going to be sold.
Yeah.
That's probably the case, because we don't have enough car spaces, and yeah. I love the Y. It's a great car, but yeah.
But back to the main point of today's
The main
video
event
today.
here.
Full self-driving subscription finally unveiled, and as we predicted over a year ago, it's going to cost you about $200 per month. And we ran the numbers. We did a video last summer, and we've talked about it many times on the live streams over the year. But we were saying it's going to have to cost them $100 to $200 in order to make it worth their while and to keep it fair for people who've already paid for it.
Exactly. So if you did have, if you never had like enhanced autopilot, which only very. When did enhanced go away?
They offered it, I think, was it 2018 or 2019?
2018, I think.
Not quite sure, but it was available for several years because it started at the end of 2016 when they came out with Autopilot 2. And I thought it was a great deal to have that enhanced autopilot and as one package and full self-driving as a separate package. But now Tesla split it up, and they're saying that if continue with what you were saying because you got a visual aid, it looks like.
I'm still trying to find it. So keep going.
But basically the prices are supposed to be $99 if you have already purchased enhanced autopilot. Then the additional features going forward would be $99 a month. If you haven't purchased enhanced autopilot and you only had the basic autopilot, then it's going to be $199 a month to get all of those features.
Exactly. The funny thing, though, is Scott's Model S, which has since been sold, it is away. He had purchased enhanced autopilot because at the time, that was enough for him.
It's a good deal,
and
a lot of features.
FSD really didn't bring anything.
Yeah.
But now, for him to get the FSD subscription, it would be $100 a month. And that $100 would actually, let me zoom in a little bit here so we can kind of go over this. That $100 a month would give him navigate on autopilot, which he already has because that was
already
an enhanced autopilot.
Yes.
It would give him auto lane change,
which he already had.
which was also an enhanced autopilot. It would give him auto park and summon,
Already has.
which we're already in that, as well as traffic light and stop sign control.
So that's new, but that's been out for recently. But that was not included originally.
Exactly, but it would be $100 a month in his case.
Just
for
for
traffic light and stop sign
Ding.
control.
Yeah.
And eventually auto steer on city streets once available, but it's not. So for anyone who bought enhanced autopilot,
it does not make sense.
Makes zero sense
to subscribe at this time. We're sorry, it's not a good deal right now because if you bought an enhanced autopilot, you already have all of those features almost, except for maybe a ding when the traffic light changes, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's just it's definitely. I still again preferred that they had those separate packages, but I can't believe they came out with this and they're trying to sell that at $99 because you're not getting anything right now.
I don't fully understand it. Now, if you never bought any kind of autopilot, $199 is basically what we called it to be.
Yep.
I don't see how it could have gotten any cheaper. I know some people.
A lot of people
have been
wanted it to be way
arguing-
cheaper. Yeah. And
A lot
we're
of people have been arguing math on Twitter, and while their math makes sense for a consumer, which I am, and I would love to pay their price, it doesn't make sense from a business standpoint because you got to look at it this way. From the business side of it is Tesla could either sell you something for $10,000 up front or $200 a month. You use it and you pay that as you wish. So I guarantee you most people that are doing the subscription are not doing it 12 months of the year. I would say most people are probably only going to be doing it 3 months out of the year.
Exactly.
So if you look at that $200 times 3 months out of the year, you're at $600. Divide that by 10,000, you're at 14 years
it's
to
gonna
be
take
a
a while
payback.
to break even.
Whereas Tesla could sell you that $10,000 up front. Now, in certain cases, I think it makes complete sense. If you don't plan on keeping the car very long, Exhibit A, it might make sense to go the subscription route. If you plan on keeping your car, though, I don't think that makes sense at all.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you're one of those people that would probably only use it on a few road trips a year, in which case you might be able to pay $600 a month and be much better with that. There's been so much on Twitter.
At least,
it's been
especially
quite
in its current state, because that city driving is not currently available. So you're not going to get it at $99 or even $199. When they do come out with that, I think that might open it up to a few people, such as some people who might not be comfortable driving, like senior citizens or people with limited abilities. Definitely would be worth it for them. But for the vast majority of people,
Doesn't make sense.
It's not going to make sense. And we have spent over $60,000 on enhanced autopilot and full self-driving over the years, and we currently have it selected for those 3 vehicles. So we definitely hope we can remove full self-driving and go the subscription route, even though we said it's not worth it. At least if you've already purchased enhanced autopilot, we think it would be worth it at least part of the year on a month-to-month basis, and because we could save $10,000 per vehicle over the next 3 vehicles that we have.
Exactly. Real quick, Summon Tesla, thank you for another $7 super chat. Really appreciate it. It said, with FSD going up with the time, do you think... gun is pathetic. Do you guys think that the subscription will also go up? Can't see it not going up over time. I mean, that's a valid point. If FSD goes up, I would think the subscription would have to go up amount too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's possible, but it's just there's a limit though, because I mean, people are
even
paying,
10,000 is crazy.
Yeah, but
high.
I mean, $200 is a big bill for a monthly bill, and if I go on a road trip, $200 maybe, but I'm not going to be paying $500 just.
No,
it's like that's why I still thought the enhanced autopilot when they offered it was such a good deal, because it offered those.
And see, that's something as a consumer. Oh, more confetti. That's something as a consumer we liked, but as a business, it doesn't make sense. And so the way I look at it is like, I'm invested in Tesla. It's really no secret. I want them to do good both business and on the consumer front, and that is a very hard thing to balance.
Yeah,
it really is.
One thing we didn't mention, for those of you who do have older cars, whether it's a Model 3, Model S, or Model X, if you have an older car that does not have the full self-driving computer, Autopilot 3 hardware, they're not going to be offering that upgrade for free. It's a $1,500 upgrade to get to it, and it will not be related to the subscription. We were trying to figure out, how is that going to be happening? Are they going to throw that in for free if you subscribe for a year or something? They said no. You're going to have to pay for that $1,500 and get it done. But I think that's fair, because in the past, when we upgraded the MCU 1 to MCU 2, we had already pre-purchased full self-driving, and they did that upgrade of the hardware, because again, when we bought those older cars, they said they were capable of full self-driving, so they need to do that. But now I can see that, well, if you're not subscribing to this feature, this software, you don't need the additional hardware, because you only need the hardware if you're subscribed to it. So it doesn't make sense to upgrade those cars for free, and if you're going to subscribe, then you have to pay that $1,500.
Yeah. Now, on the flip side, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter mention, hey, I bought my car as FSD ready or capable. So if I'm subscribing, why should I also have to pay the $1,500? This is
I
where
see
it's
it both ways.
It goes both ways.
Now that you're explaining it, that's just exactly the opposite of what I just said. But I can see, they were saying back in October of 2016 that these cars are full self-driving capable. So yeah, if you're going to subscribe, but yeah, I don't know. But again, from the business standpoint, you don't want somebody signing up for 1 month and then canceling and giving them that hardware. The thing is, as we've mentioned for the past year and a half since they've been offering the upgrades for the MCU, they've been throwing in that full self-driving computer, whether you bought it or not. So a lot of people already got that. So like Scott's Model S75D, which we just sold, he did not purchase full self-driving, but he did decide to upgrade to the MCU2. They went ahead and upgraded his autopilot computer, and we've heard stories they were packaged together in a kit, and so they were offering upgrades. They were doing both of those upgrades, but maybe that stopped going forward, and they're going to be charging those. But there was like a year and a half where you could have gotten that upgrade.
Yeah. Summon Tesla, thank you so much for another $7. Just FYI, you can just comment in chat. You don't need to super chat every time. I really appreciate it, but like... anyway, Tesla should have started with subscriptions from day one. They would have had more flexibility on pricing and options. I agree with that.
Yeah, we were talking about subscription earlier, because again, when we bought it, full self-driving was a $3,000 cost, and enhanced autopilot was $5,000. And over the years, they've tweaked the prices. But at the one time too, is if you did not buy that before you took delivery of the car and you wanted to add it later, they would charge you like an additional $500. So it would raise the price, $500 each. So if you didn't buy either one of those, and so that if you bought them both, it would have been $8,000. If you didn't buy either one, then you could buy them later, but they would add a $500 like penalty to each one. And so it would raise the price up to $9,000. And then over the years, they came like when my mom bought her Model 3, she just got the enhanced autopilot originally, and they had like a sale, and full self-driving went down to $2,000, and there was no penalty, no extra cost, so she got it for the $2,000. And so, you know, the prices over the years have ranged from I don't know if it ever got as low as $6,000. Well, I guess it did, because as I saw, like Jeremy mentioned that when they started offering basic autopilot for free, they offered full self-driving for $6,000. So you could have gotten all of the functionality for as low as $6,000, but then it keeps going up to $7,000, $8,000. Now it's $10,000 for the same package.
Yeah. Chris, welcome. He said, but confetti is fun for $2. Well,
Oh, thank you, Chris.
yeah. Well, we
I
got
don't know why I'm
confetti,
having-
and David's just gonna throw money in the
Yeah, I
air.
don't know. I keep having technical problems. These money guns are cheap, so
I guess that's what I get for buying the cheap money guns.
yeah, I have to upgrade.
But thank you guys for the super chats. Again, not necessary, but appreciated. We're gonna now go through the comments because I'm seeing a lot of good comments, and I
There you
kind
go,
of
$2.
I want to go through that with everybody. Rob said subscription FSD could be value added for a leased Tesla or a long road trip. Great options right there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would stay away from the FSD package altogether. I definitely think a lease is a great
More
thing.
worthwhile, yeah.
Probably more worthwhile. But again, it is $200 a month
I just
on top of your lease
Yeah.
payment and everything. That adds up real quick.
I just wish that they still had the enhanced autopilot because that's something they still offer in foreign countries such as the
Yeah.
Asian market and in Europe, and it had all of those driving features such as navigate on autopilot, auto lane change were all included in that and
Yeah.
summon. And I mean, we use that. I don't use navigate on autopilot like every day, but auto lane change all the time.
Really nice.
And it's just like a lot of people, their only exposure to Tesla's autopilot is the basic one, and they're complaining about how kludgy it is because every time you change lanes, you got to re-enable it, and they're saying how other manufacturers have better autopilot. It's like, well, that's because you only have the free version. If
Yeah.
you had the enhanced autopilot or the full self-driving, it's a lot better, it's a lot nicer. But a lot of people, I don't think they're going to have the incentive to upgrade because they're only used to the free one, and they're like, no, why would I pay for that?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, there's so many sides to it, but yeah. Again, someone Tesla though with another 550 super chat
Thank
said
you,
I did
thank
it
you.
again. Come on, people, show your support. I really appreciate it. Some Tesla. Thank you so much. Let's go through some of these comments
I guess we're
though,
done with
so
these.
you
I'm
can
gonna-
you may unbuckle back there and
Yeah.
relax throughout the cabin. Let's see. Yoke Tesla said false. They were either try it and want it full time or not want it at all. Anyone thinking I'll use it for trips? You guys know that during trips, mostly on the highway where you don't need FSD. But that's where the auto lane change comes into play on the
so great,
highway
yeah.
for road trips.
We can get, like, whenever I drive to Kansas or
Yeah.
Nebraska, you just put it on. I don't have to do any lane changes. It can be totally automatic because there's not a lot of traffic. I don't necessarily use that when I'm in town, but definitely on road trips, it's great.
Yep. Pro Bossy YouTube. Oh, more confetti. Pro Bossy YouTuber said, question, if the microphone will be outside, it will need protection. Yeah. I mean, it'll have to be protected from the elements, and I mean, yeah.
It would be someplace, but I would
I mean, if
think
they
it'd be in
put
the
it, like,
frunk or
in the
something.
frunk or
I just
something,
wondered
they could
too
probably hear
if
it.
they would have multiple ones, just because that way it'd be easier to figure out
Location.
which direction it's coming from.
Yeah.
Is front or rear.
Yo, Yoke Tesla also said the time to use FSD is your daily commutes, not road trips. I think once it really goes on city streets and everything,
And once it gets perfect, yeah.
I think
yeah.
daily commutes for sure. But now I mainly use it on road trips. But I mean, I use it every time I drive.
Yeah,
to
I
be
use
honest.
it every time, and it's like that's one thing I always put on TAC, which is the traffic aware cruise control, instantly wherever I'm at. I very rarely ever use the accelerator, but if I'm on a road that I can turn on autopilot, I will turn it on. I still definitely keep my hands on the steering wheel, but I don't necessarily always have navigate on autopilot on, but I do always do autopilot when available.
Yeah.
Which is auto steer is what we're referring to, like autopilot.
Yep. Who is this that unless you're in the beta, FSD doesn't make sense at all either way? Well, this is another thing I was thinking of is maybe they came out with this in preparation of doing a wider beta release. That would make more sense, and I would be more willing, and I think a lot of people would be more willing to fork over $200
If they got that
if
beta.
they got that beta and what that beta brought.
It definitely looks like the beta adds. They've added a lot of functionality, but very few people have that. It's like less than 2,000 people have that so far.
Yep.
And we've been waiting for a while.
Long time. Pete, thank you for the $5 super chat. Said used prices are bonkers. Sent you an
this
email
is
with the
Pete.
details. Yes.
Is this Pete? Yeah,
I was actually telling him about that
we saw
earlier.
your email, all the details.
And yeah, that's absolutely wild. So for those of you that don't know, he kind of said it a little bit in that, but he sold his 2-year-old Tesla Model 3 long range for more money than he paid new for it. Again, 2 years, and I believe it was like 8,000 miles.
Yeah, that's
he sold it for more
crazy.
than he paid.
Well, yeah, that's amazing.
That is appreciation.
Yeah.
But yeah, used car price market is just nuts right now.
I've heard of a couple other people too that they bought like a Model 3 or Model Y earlier this year.
Yep.
And they've already resold it. They're getting a new one with some of the newer hardware, and they've basically not had to pay anything because the used car sold for more, which is weird because you think people could just buy a
Yeah.
new one. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very bizarre to me, but hey, The market will dictate
Because
what
if they
the
don't want
market
to
will
wait,
dictate.
I guess if they don't want to wait, because there were some
Yeah.
delays earlier this year.
Yeah. Thank you though for the $5 super chat, Pete. Really appreciate it. Slew Dog said, "What are the chances Tesla comes back with enhanced autopilot?
I wish
Would
they
pay
would-
up to $6,000 for it. I'm not interested in city street FSD at all." And then right after that, Sean said, "Enhanced autopilot for $99 would go gangbusters. If it
Yeah.
included what it used to, I agree 100%. That would sell a lot."
Yeah.
And I know the whole idea with subscription is just like, it's kind of like passive income. And that's what a lot of companies have kind of gone to, because it can really yield a lot more if everything is priced right and you get what you kind of pay for, kind of thing. If everything lines up, it can really do a number on a balance sheet, which is great. But I don't know at $200 it's really going to do that.
Yeah, and you know, when we were talking about the prices last year, when we were saying $100 to $200, even earlier this year, we tweeted out somebody had found in the code $200, and we're like, yeah, we were right on.
Yeah.
People were complaining like, no, that's too much. They're going to have to sell it a la carte and break it into smaller packages. And we're like, I don't see that happening, because a lot of these features they offer, people wouldn't pay for on their own.
Exactly.
It's like, I think to date, I have not once used auto park to park like parallel or perpendicular. I have used like the summon where you can double tap the park button to like pull it
Yep.
forward or reverse, but I've never used auto park. I tend to park away from other cars, so that's something I don't use. So I would never pay for that. So that's why they have to bundle all of these together with like things you do want, like auto steer and navigate on autopilot and auto lane change.
For sure. I kind of see it like two different use cases. And yeah, for us, it's something we would never really buy on its own. I'm like 10 minutes behind on comments, so we're going to try to catch that up real quick. Kevin Snow said, "I'm going to try the FSD subscription. I won't keep it active all the time, but would like it over the summer, etc." Yeah, let me know how it goes for you. Jonathan said, "I'm hoping the FSD subscription means auto steer on city streets soon." It
Hopefully,
does
yeah.
says coming soon, auto steer on city streets. But again, I think they've said coming soon for the past couple years.
Yep.
Let's see. MTA said, "Did you hear about Tesla making a Model 2? We've heard about it, but we don't really have any details on it.
Yeah, so
At
and
least
I think
yet.
there's supposed to be some product announced later this year. It was, I think, in their first quarter call, or maybe fourth quarter from last year. They mentioned that there will be a new model yet announced coming out later this year. So hopefully we'll see it fourth quarter this year. I don't think it'll be produced, but at least we'll see what it looks like, and then maybe another year or a year and a half before it is actually released.
Yeah. Let's see. Pro Bossy YouTuber. Got your question. No problem. Let's see. Some talk about hydrogen, but hydrogen goes boom. Let's see. Aussie to you. All original owners of Model 3 were told they had a full self-driving ready car. Now it's not unless you spend the $1,500. Tricky situation. I agree. I understand why they're doing it, because they don't want someone to pay $200 for 1 month and get a $1,500, $2,000 computer. But on the other hand, I understand and sympathize with the consumer being told that you wouldn't expect to have to pay $1,500.
Yeah.
So I honestly, if I was in that boat, I would wait a month or two and see if maybe they roll something back and they're like, hey, if you subscribe for a year, you don't have to pay that $1,500.
We could definitely see that,
something.
because when we saw with the MCU2 upgrade that came out, it was originally $2,500, and of course after we paid the $2,500, they lowered the price to $1,500. So if you wait, you might be able to save a few bucks.
Yeah. Let's see. Peter said, "Does the Model S Plaid have sufficient headroom at the rear?" Asking for a 6-footer. The bench seat in the back, yes. Now, if you try to do a 7-seater,
Did he say S or the? Oh,
he
is it
said
X?
Plaid S.
S or X?
S.
Okay.
And like if they do the 7-seater Model S, definitely not in those 2 jump seats in the back. Now, for an X, a 7-seater is going to be tight in the back, or a 6-footer will be tight in the back seats.
And we haven't heard any word though of the Model S having.
No,
that
Elon
7-seat
talked about it, but they haven't released it
He said
yet.
it would be the fastest, 7-seater sedan or whatever, but we haven't heard anything about them actually coming out with those jump seats in the Model S again. So I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to happen.
Yep. Mando X Games, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Said, "Great Tesla news, guys. Keep up the good work." Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Let's see. Some more hydrogen talk. Yo. The Spice's Life FSD should be transferable to your next Tesla for the $10,000 price, same as any other software purchase for a computer. As a consumer, I'm all in.
Yeah, that would
As
be
an
nice.
investor, makes me a little bit more iffy.
We've bought multiple cars over the years, and we've paid, for full self-driving on them. It would have been nice if we could have moved that off, even if you could only transfer it once. Because even with some like Windows licenses, you can install it, on limited number of devices or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you can move it to a device, but once the hardware's changed too much and you can't do it, it would have been nice if you could at least moved it to a different car. But yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I think what's good for the consumer isn't always what is best for the business.
Exactly.
And the investors.
Let's see. Ozzy, you said what's next? The Cybertruck will be Starlink ready, and then it won't unless you upgrade. Sounds more like a Microsoft where your PC slows down with every update, or Apple when they just nuke your phone. It's all about supporting the older products, which can be tricky in some of these cases. But yeah, I guess we'll have to kind of see where that goes. Let's see. Theta said that's what you get for buying cheap money guns. More money.
Yeah, we should.
I cheaped out. I cheaped out.
Yeah.
I admit it. It was me.
I see Matt was wondering if they'll eventually offer a month credit of full self-driving as a referral reward. That would be interesting.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Because that would be some way that people could get at one time Tesla used to offer like a month trial or a 2 weeks trial, something like that. And it'd be nice because people could see what additional features they're missing out on. Because again, I think a lot of people are seeing the current state with the basic version and they're like, that without the auto lane change, it's a kludge.
Yeah.
When you're driving.
Let's see. Mark said cold gas thrusters for Cybertruck plaid. That would be pretty crazy cool. Jason said, just buy it whenever you need it. Unless you're paying for FSD subscription for 4 years, then you're better off just buying it outright. Yeah, definitely use case scenario for both options.
Yeah, that's why I hope we can modify our orders. Because as we mentioned last week, Tesla did...
Well, this actually goes with this gentleman's question.
Okay, yeah.
Riano, I believe is how you pronounce it, said, if I trade in my vehicle every 2 years, does it make sense to buy or subscribe to FSD? And that's basically kind of where you're going with this.
Yeah, I would say probably if you're going to do it that often, then you would just subscribe then. And also, you don't even need to subscribe year long. You could just get it for the months you need it. But if you're going to do it all year long, that's only going to be, the $2,400 per year. So that would still be less than half the price of if you paid for the full $10,000.
Exactly. I mean... we go through our cars pretty quick. I'm not going to lie. And, I mean, the new S's and X, I could see us keeping the long-range S for a long time.
Yep.
Maybe that one makes sense to buy it on. But
like the plaid ones, I don't think we're going to keep those that long.
The plaid S and the Model X long-range, I don't really know how long we're going to keep those. So those vehicles might be better off to do the subscription because if we keep it for only a year, we pay $2,400. Now, if we paid the $10,000 up front, are we going to get that $7,500 delta back when we go to sell it? In a year, probably not.
Probably not.
So, for sure, I'd much rather pay $200 a month, and I hate subscriptions.
Yeah.
I hate them. But in this case, it makes more money sense to us, so we'll probably do that.
So that's something we need to ask, because as we mentioned last week, they raised the price on the S and X by another $5,000, and typically, if you make any changes to your order, and there's been a price increase like that, if you make any other changes, you would be now subject to that new price book, and it wouldn't make any sense for us to try to save the $10,000 but have to pay $5,000 more, because then we'd be paying $5,000 more and not getting anything extra.
Yeah.
And so we need to see if we can remove it from those orders. We still do have the button saying remove full self-driving on the orders, but we haven't touched them yet.
Not going to touch it until I get word it will not affect my price book, because some of these cars I have a pretty substantial discount on,
Yep.
and I do not want to risk it. I would rather pay the $10,000 for FSD than risk going to the new price book. Andrew said, do we have a favorite spicy dish?
Spicy dish. I don't know. I'd like
Pad Thai.
pad
Spicy
thai. I was
pad
getting
thai.
ready to say. Yeah, pad thai is really good.
Yeah, we love pad thai. Let's see. John said, hello boys, I'm so happy that I have the 7,000 locked in on my 2 Cybertrucks full self-driving, but I've always thought that it should be pay per mile. Another interesting thought.
That'd be
For
interesting
sure.
for of you actually using it. Yeah, that's something. Yeah.
I mean, You never know what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah,
for sure.
in some ways, again, that could be a really good deal because if you don't drive it much, but you want to still use it, it could be a lot cheaper. But then if you, yeah, definitely a good idea.
Yeah. Real quick, Peter was saying, have you seen the new 19-inch wheels on Model X? Do you prefer them over the older ones?
I mean 20 because they should have 20 and 22, right?
He said, have you seen the latest 19-inch?
Oh.
Yes. So
They do have
the
19?
newest 19s, I actually didn't. They kind of look like what the original Model 3s look like.
I've seen those before. Haven't those been on there for a while?
Yeah.
But I
these
didn't realize they were 19. I thought they
They've
were...
never been delivered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're like their newer ones. And then their new turbines, I actually like them too. They have a little bit bigger sidewall.
Yeah.
And they look a lot like the 20s, just darker and a bit different sidewall. So yeah, I actually prefer them for sure.
When did they start off in the 19 though? Because I thought it was always 20 and 22.
Oh yeah, it is 20. I think he meant 20.
Okay.
I think he meant 20.
Okay, that's why I'm confused because I was like, X was always like an inch bigger than the S.
Yep, I think he meant 20.
Okay.
Let's see. Where were we? Coach DA said, just read my purchase agreement. Tesla lawyers put in language to protect them. Options, features, or hardware released after your purchase may not be included in or available to your vehicle. Interesting. But that, well, I guess what would you classify FSD as? Maybe a feature? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yikes. I wonder if that's how it was previously too. Chris Tech said, I'm really hoping to not have the ability to change menus on the instrument panel on the new S is temporary. That was an absolutely awesome feature on the previous S.
I definitely like being able to customize display. So I think it's just a software feature, and we're gonna do it. We'll probably do a video. We might even be on vacation when we do that video, but I think we can record a video about some of the features that we think are missing that will be coming. Yeah, and that would be one of them. Yeah.
Anders said, rumor from Twitter, Tesla Tilburg factory is being repurposed for Tesla energy products, Powerwalls and Tesla Solar for Europe soon.
Wow. Oh, that'd be interesting. That'd be great if they had those because they could get the Powerwalls a lot quicker. We definitely love our Powerwalls.
Thank you so much for the $4.20. Said, I have a report due at 5 a.m. watching you guys instead. Oh boy.
Uh-oh. We're probably gonna keep this one a little shorter though.
Yeah, this will be a shorter live stream.
Sorry,
so we'll keep it a little short for you on. Here. Let me take care of this for you, David.
Oh, there we go. Yay. We have to get some service done on those money guns. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the super chat though, on. I really appreciate it. Hopefully we are not distracting too much. Let's see.
Another super chat is from Pierre.
Has not shown up yet.
Oh, yeah, Pierre, $4.99 super chat says, please don't forget about me when you sell the 21-inch rims.
You got it, Pierre. You got it. I actually told David about that.
He called dibs. I know you called dibs.
Yes, I did tell David about that. So as soon as we get out of the rims, I got you.
And that's for the right now the
Plaid,
long range
yeah.
S has those ordered, but we didn't want the 21. So
I believe Pierre got a Plaid with the 19s.
Or he's waiting on it, right? Because there's very few. I don't know if there's actually any. I know that some people have gotten delivery dates scheduled for 19-inch, but I don't know if they've actually delivered any yet.
Nope. Let's see. Someone Tesla said, without V9 FSD, I wouldn't pay since I have enhanced autopilot. I would be happy to pay the $99 for V9 FSD.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Definitely.
Same boat.
That's why I couldn't believe when Scott looked in his app at his old car and saw that $99. I'm like, but you already have all that stuff except for like city driving, which they don't have out yet. So if they did give him the release, it would be worth it.
Yeah. Kevin said, I'm worried if my ex got into an accident, I wouldn't even be able to get another one since there's such a huge delay in getting a car right now. That's actually something that I have thought about too. Yeah, it would take a while, which would really suck.
And that's what's pushing up those prices of used vehicles is because the supply is so low currently.
Yep. Let's see. Mine Tesla said Tesla's going to be forced to upgrade computers for free. Quite possibly. We'll have to see how that kind of works its way out. Let's see. Okay, so they got that. Yoked said, once FSD beta goes live, my prediction is $15,000 for FSD outright, $249 minimum for subscription, but $299 to $399 isn't out of the question once robo-taxi's a reality. The sky's the limit on price. Well, I mean, once robo-taxi becomes a thing, I can see a higher justification in price.
The thing is, too, though, is if robo-taxi does exist, do you even need to own a car anymore? Because
very good point.
I could just, if I could if I'm gonna have to pay the car payment plus a subscription fee of like $300 a month, it would be cheaper for me to just do like robo-taxi whenever I need a car or to rent a car, you know, because I don't do that much driving. If I could just pay $300 a month to rent a car or do robo-taxi, that'd be a lot cheaper than paying that plus the rental payment or car payment.
I'm falling behind a little bit in chat. I'm like 13 minutes behind now. Let's see. Chris said new Model S interior looks way better than the new Audi e-tron, which looks way too colored with buttons and vents. Agreed. Definitely agreed. Conus Gone said, I'm not very good at this stuff, but when will Australia have the Model Y? Is it supposed to be 2022?
I think 2022, yeah.
Hopefully soon.
It's been a long wait, though, because I mean, it's
has.
been out for over a year already here, so hopefully it'll come soon.
Yup. Let's see.
My chat keeps jumping every time there's a super
I know.
chat.
Every time it's
so
like...
we can keep having to scroll up. I don't remember doing that before, but I'm on a different device.
On said, got to see Rivian in person, have yet to see Cybertruck. So I've seen both. I got to ride in the Cybertruck. Rivian's nice, though. I'm not going to lie. It did feel good. It felt good. Jim, thank you for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. Said, what are your thoughts on the right to repair decision? As far as autopilot, I expect Tesla to change features and price in the near future as they usually do. So the whole right to repair thing, I actually got asked this by a couple people due to someone's recent YouTube video where they fixed their own battery pack.
Or they took it to someone to fix it.
Took it to somebody to fix it. We won't name names.
An unauthorized.
But about that, like certain things, yes, right to repair, you should totally have. But certain things, I think if you want to do right to repair, that's fine. But ultimately, Tesla should review what was done.
Like recertify or something.
Recertify it.
Yeah.
But I guess then comes in, should Tesla charge to recertify it? Or like, how does that? It's a slippery slope.
And I think there's definitely things such as with the battery, especially
safety features too.
Safety features, stuff like that. Those to me, yeah, they should be recertified, or Tesla should confirm, and the supercharging, you know, being able to do that, because you don't want some guy who just fools around with the wires and says, oh yeah, you can supercharge.
Exactly.
And stuff like that, because that could be dangerous if they don't know what they're doing. And so. But there's other things such as replacing like your center console or adding a pedestrian warning system, stuff like that you should be able to just plug it in and it should work.
Yep.
But as we've seen in many of the videos we've done over the past year, it doesn't. And it requires the hardware to be authorized. And in order to do that, you have to have Tesla's toolbox software to do that. And Tesla doesn't make that available to everyone yet. So it'd be nice maybe if they did come out with a basic version of the Tesla toolbox, so that you could do certain repairs yourself. Yep. And I definitely agree with right to repair that way. But I'm wary, if you're going to repair your battery, you got to know what you're doing, because it could be very dangerous if you don't do it right.
You.
Yeah.
It could just kill you.
Or if you don't do it right, it could mess up the supercharger that you're charging at, and
potentially hurt others.
Yes. So it's definitely something we're for right to repair, but they need to
an extent.
Yes.
There's a fine line. Like a lot of things I think people can do, but there's certain things that you can probably do, which I'm for, but I think Tesla should like recertify it, and I think that process could use some work.
Yeah.
Pierre, thank you for the $4 super chat. Really appreciate that. Said no long range, white on white, 19-inch rims, delivery in July. Okay, so it was a long range.
That is the same thing that we had on order until we changed it to 21 to try to get that June delivery.
That's true.
Didn't work, so just managed to raise our price $4,500 for some wheels that we don't want. But
hey, here we are. I'll send you a message after this, Pierre. We'll have to deduct the $4 from what's owed.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus the other $4.99. Yeah.
Spurgeon said, now that Tesla is producing 420 watt panels, do you think that will affect pricing? We had a brief conversation about this, David and I, yesterday. It seems like while the wattage of the panels is going up, so is the size.
Yeah. So it's not like they're making a more efficient panels, because the size of our panels, we have like 325 watts, and they increased since then to a larger panel, and it was like up 360 or something like that. Now they're coming up with a 420 panel. But the panel just keeps getting bigger. In some ways, that's better, because you could have fewer panels and you might be able to fit them better on your roof and have a larger system. But in other ways, by having larger panels, it will make it so you can't more efficiently cover your entire roof. So in some ways it's good, some ways it's bad. So I'm wondering, are they only going to be doing those 420 watt panels, or do they still have other options available?
Yeah, for sure. Amy said, I like things that go boom. As do I. It's fun. MTA said, did I go to the Tesla shop center in New York? No, I don't think we've been to that one.
Not yet. Oh, and while you're doing that, I see you have something on your screen there.
Yeah.
I see that, what was it, Onwin was asking if anyone makes arachnid replicas for the 3 and Y. The answer is yes, because
You
we
bet.
have them. We had them on our 3, we had them on our Y, we have them on the Y right now. But T-Sportline does make the TSS Flow, I think it's what it's called. And they look just like the arachnids, except you can get them in different sizes, like 18, 19, 20, 21 inches. And definitely we recommend those. We have them on the Model S as well right now.
Yeah.
And Eric, I think, still has a code, right, with T-Sportline?
I think it's down in the description. If not, I'll add it as soon as this is done.
So if they're not
But it's
having
like $50 off your purchase.
So if they're not having a sale, you can use Eric's referral code and save off of your purchase at T-Sportline.
Yep.
We definitely love our T-Sportline fake arachnids, TSS Flows.
Yeah, we plan on doing some stuff with them for the new long
Once we
range
get
and
the,
stuff too.
the new S, yeah.
Let's see. Matt said plaid has enough headroom, but your legs will be off the seat. Yeah, so I mean, if you're really tall,
At an angle, kind of, yeah.
your leg, like the back of
it's
your
like
legs
a-
right here will kind of be off the seat a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, that
It's-
was a lot of leg.
yeah.
I apologize.
It's not, because the seats are down a little lower in the S than they are in, like, the Y. The Y is
Or
definitely...
the X.
In
Yeah.
the X, yeah, definitely sit up higher in those.
Yep. Let's see here. Where are we? Jeremy said, "What about subscribe to own for FSD?"
Yeah, that was
another thing that could potentially come out
Yeah.
of this.
Because you don't, if you are doing the subscription, you're paying $200 a month, and you end up keeping your car for 10 years. You don't want to see that I've paid twice as much as if I would have just paid for it all up front.
Yeah.
And I see, and Mace, our good friend Mace, there is talking about 3 things delaying the plaid, which we know this personally because we're not getting ours yet. But he's mentioning white seats. That's what we have.
Yep.
Carbon fiber interior.
Got it.
Yeah, in the
Plaid
version, and the 19-inch rims. Also
in the plaid.
Yeah, so we hit
the
all
plaid
3.
is the ultimate trifecta of we screwed ourselves.
Yeah, on that. And
Cool.
it's like, well, Tesla did, yeah, so that's why our plaid has been delayed, because all 3 of those. And I think 2 of those apply on our long range.
Yeah. So.
Well, one of them changed because we did switch away to the 21-inch
yeah.
wheels. So now it's just the white interior.
Yeah. Let's see. Sean said Tesla could have them pay the $1,500 up front and apply that as a credit towards future monthly subscriptions. Another good option.
Yeah, there's some way they should make it like, kind of like with cell phone plan, where you get it at a cheaper or free,
Yeah.
but you have to sign a contract. And so, yeah, if they're going to give you that $1,500 computer, maybe you just have to subscribe for a year minimum.
Yep. Chris Tech said, what do you guys think looks the best? S3, X, or Y? We
The
both
S.
think the same on this.
The S.
The S. Hands down, sexy car. Rob said, what came of your Twitter survey about tunes to crank up in the Tesla? So I actually posted some stuff,
I
like
think I missed that.
songs and everything, like what do you like to listen to on a drive? And a lot of people commented some really good stuff, and I've actually slowly been working through the Twitter comments and listening to other people's songs. So eventually, you guys might see if you posted a song there. I'll probably comment on that, and I will let you know how it is. Let's see. Nathan with the $5 super chat.
Thank you, Nathan.
Said FSD early adopters like you guys hurt by $200 subscription. $200 in my own opinion. FSD paid for years, and now people subscribe at the equivalent. Also, Robo Taxi timeline. Yeah, early adopters definitely kind of feel it for sure. As far as Robo Taxi timeline, wasn't
Still
it
no
supposed
word
to
on
be
that.
out 2020
Or 2017, I think.
or 2017? I hate to say it on that. Anyone's guess is as good as that. They have to perfect FSD
Yeah.
before they can deal with not having someone drive it.
And I know we were talking about Robotaxi earlier, and I was saying, do you even need if the Robotaxi ever comes out, do you even need to own a car? And somebody was saying, well, why would you want to rent your taxi or your car out like that? Because they're just going to tear it up or mess it up and stuff like that. But I think more of like businesses would own fleets of cars, and not necessarily individuals, but basically like taxi companies now. And so, but the thing is, if I had a car that could go out and make its own money, maybe I'd do that, and I would maybe change my expectations as to how clean it would be. But if it could make me hundreds of dollars a day, I'd be up for that.
Yeah, you bet. I'm into that too. I'm like 20 minutes behind on comments right now, so I'm slowly working through it. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm literally 20 minutes behind. Roger said, when do you think they'll fulfill Chinese Model Y to Europe? I'm in Norway, and I'm sure Bjorn will be all hands. Hopefully 2022, maybe.
Or even later this year.
Yeah, maybe later this year.
Because I've heard that they've been exporting a lot of other vehicles, the Model 3. So hopefully they'll be able to switch over to the Y. And we forgot to mention it during the news, but Elon has tweeted about they're doing a lot more like mega castings or something for the Y in Fremont.
Yeah.
Was it mega casting? So it sounds like they're still planning on expanding Fremont Model Y construction this year.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. MTA said, are we going to buy a Roadster? Actually, thank you to everyone who has used our referral code. We actually won several of them. So we will be getting one.
But we're not going to be buying them. There will be referral prizes from way back in like 2017 when that was part of the referral program. Thank you again to everyone who used the referral code.
Love you all. Let's see. Mine Tesla said the issue is Tesla values crap for trade-in. FSD isn't valued on the trade-in, not at 10,000. Exactly. So that's why I think for us, the subscription, since we do kind of roll over the cars a little bit more often, makes the most sense for sure.
Yeah, and definitely. So as we mentioned earlier, we did sell a car recently to Vroom, and they actually had a really good price compared to Tesla and in, like Carvana and other places we took it to. So, but we still gave Tesla the chance, and we always do check and see. Sometimes we've had good trade-in values, but other times they're not that great.
Yeah. Yeah, some have been really good, some have not been.
Some of them we like almost know, like we had the standard range plus Model 3, we traded it in. Admittedly, we didn't own it that long, but we got pretty much what we paid for it, exactly, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. Evie said FSD is too expensive at 10K or 200. It is a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen a lot of people saying the nice thing about the 10K is you can factor that into your loan. But if you're thinking it that way, you also need to think about the interest you're paying on that loan.
And possibly increased registration as well.
Registration. So you're actually paying more than 10K for FSD if you're financing it. You might be paying 11,000 or 12,000 plus the added registration fee and everything. So it's actually a lot more than that.
But I just wonder too, like $200 is quite expensive already. But you can lease a car for that much.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, are people really going to pay that on top of what they're already paying to lease or to own the car?
Yeah.
But again, we've been waiting for this for a year, and in some ways we like it, some ways we don't. But we definitely would do it on some of our cars.
Yep.
And definitely wouldn't do it on other ones.
Yep. Pete said, does the current Model Y in the US have a heated steering wheel? Yes, it does. They originally did not. No.
And that's one of those things too. When we were talking about the right to repair, we tried ordering one of the new steering wheels from Tesla, and they gave us the wrong one. It said it was the heated one, but it wasn't. And then some other things happened so that we can't really add a heated steering wheel to a car. But that's something that shouldn't be that difficult to swap out a steering wheel.
As long as it has the correct wiring.
Yeah.
That's what Tesla said they had no idea about. Yeah. But if it has the right wiring, why can't this be plug and play? Makes no sense to me. Why do they have to go provision it?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Or just like with the pedestrian warning system, we had the wiring. All you need to do was plug in a speaker. It should have worked for boombox. It worked fine for making the noises, but it didn't work for boombox until they provisioned it and said, allow boombox.
Yeah. Let's see. Brew said, dang, I'm late again. No worries, man. I was going to ask about headroom clearance in a Model S. Test drove a Model Y in Salt Lake City this week. Got to test the seat in a Model 3. How is the headroom in an S?
Yeah.
Thanks. S is not bad. S and an X's you probably will never have a problem with. Either. Same with a Y. A 3 in the back might be a little tight. It's not too bad. Let's see. A lot of people asking about headroom today in cars.
Because we talked about that earlier.
Let's see. Evie said, I sold my used 2018 LR with FSD, 12,000 miles, and all I could get was 43K a couple weeks ago. So at least in Florida, you're not getting more than you paid at Carvana. And Carvana sold it for 47. Yeah, I think it depends. The ones that I've seen that have been doing the best actually did not have FSD. So take it with a grain of salt, but those are the ones I've been seeing that are selling the closest to what people paid. Gustavo said, I still believe Tesla should at least allow us to transfer the FSD if we upgrade, replace the current car. Definitely give the confidence to the consumer and boost the FSD sales. Or like provide a one-time. That would be nice too. Like a one-time transfer.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kevin said, thoughts on the solar roof. Have you seen it in person? Some of the pictures, videos I've seen make it look weird and very shiny. I think I'd rather have the panels. Haven't seen one in person quite yet. I've been working on some things behind the scenes. Hopefully you guys can see that soon. But yeah, some of it does kind of make it look shiny, but from the street view that I've seen, it's not any different. It's only like if you're bird's eye view.
And I wonder too, because remember when that was first announced, they announced there was going to be like 4 different styles of solar roof like shingles.
Yeah.
And since then I think they've only came out with the one.
Yeah.
And some of the they look like slate roofs or like terracotta kind of look, but so it remains to be seen when will they come out with those other styles, if ever.
Yeah. On said if we sell the TSS flows, he will buy them. Well, unfortunately, the Model S that has them, we don't have any other wheels for, and the Model Y that has them, we don't have any other wheels for.
We already sold
either.
the other wheels.
So
sorry,
when we sell those cars, they'll have to go with those
Yep.
cars.
I forgot about that because we were getting so many stacks of wheels in the garage. I mean, one time we had at least 4 or 5 sets of wheels that were not installed on cars. And
It was pretty bad.
yeah, now we're down to like
Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of nice actually. Mark said you can sell the current Tesla for more than a new Tesla with $10,000 FSD. Yeah, true.
That's the thing. Maybe because they raised the price $15,000 since we've ordered those.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yep. Let's see. Craig said you've started how much. You stated how much you paid for FSD over the years, like $60K. How much have you sold selling your cars with FSD?
Oh, I should add that to the spreadsheet. So what? How much did we sell all the cars for?
Yeah, probably over $1 million.
I don't know.
Close.
No, because we've only sold like I don't know. I'd have to do the spreadsheet, but
I mean, out of 12 Teslas, we only have 2 left.
2 left. Well, plus there's my mom's, which
Yeah.
we didn't sell that one. So I don't know, but I don't know. We should add that. We'll add that as a column on the spreadsheet so we can see how much we've made. We know how much we spent over the years, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see how much we've made there. And we also have saved a lot on the federal tax credits and the state tax credit. Still waiting for that federal tax credit to come back though.
Yep. Mine Tesla. So when's the video coming out with the snakes you have? I'm hinting at who I am on Twitter here. I don't know who you are on Twitter. The suspense is killing me. Send me a message on Twitter. It'll probably be like my other channel, like my regular, like just about me channel. Maybe that'll have some other non-Tesla stuff.
Remember you did a tweet a couple weeks back where we were in the Y and you had your snake?
Yeah.
That one snake, I don't remember.
One of the diamonds. Yeah.
And so maybe that
Maybe
that might help you narrow down who it was.
I'll have to do some digging. Let's see. Diego said you guys think it's worth it to switch the old center console with the new one for the Y?
I don't know. It's
I don't think they'll do it
expensive.
right now,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be honest.
And
Tesla said like they're not doing it really until they have an official retrofit kit. And I know they have since changed the connectors on the new.
yeah, it's like they're kind of trying to
consoles.
prevent you from doing it yourself.
So I don't know if it's even possible right now, to be honest.
yeah, but definitely we do enjoy.
I
the new
like it
console.
better.
Yeah.
We
Let's see. What are you gonna do with the other one? We still have the other one. Just.
Yeah, I know. I need to.
Does anybody need a first gen Model Y console? Let us know.
You have to be in Colorado, not shipping it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jay Pavilion said, still waiting for my 2021 Model S long range. It makes me wish I still had the Model 3 in the meantime. And see, that's the biggest thing. It's like, I want to sell the Model Y because used car prices are at an all-time high.
But we're down to 2 cars right now. We had 4.
But we can't get rid of it until we get one of the S's.
Like, just over a month ago, we had 4 Teslas in the garage. Now we're down to 2. I don't think you can sell a third one because we need to have at least 2 cars.
Yep, for sure. Let's see. Slew Dog said, what if Tesla got rid of buying FSD and only had subscription as an option? Must commit to yearly subscriptions and varying prices. I mean, see, that we talked about that too, is why don't they offer like a year
discount?
Like buy 11 months, get 1 free if you pay up front.
Almost any place that when you do an annual subscription, they give you at least either 1 to 2 months free.
Exactly. So,
because that would definitely, I think that would be good for them because it's a way to them to lock in that revenue and they know they're going to get that much money instead of how do you predict if you do it on a month-to-month basis, the numbers are going to go up and down. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Just like
I
with
agree.
satellite TV and all these other ones, that's why they have contracts, because they want that guaranteed revenue stream for the year.
For sure. Leonard said, will rear wheel steering come standard on all Cybertruck models? We don't know yet, to be
That's
honest.
what we're wondering, yeah.
It might be something where it's like a tri-motor only, or it might be where all of them, it's just a pay option. Definitely something I'm looking forward to seeing how they work that out, because I would love to have that. Let's see. On said he would trade for his inductions. I don't know. Maybe send me a message on, and we'll see what we can do.
Oh, because we used to have inductions on there.
No,
Or
we had the 20-inch.
The Uber turbines.
Yeah,
Uber
we had the big
turbines.
ones.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Still fun.
The
though.
inductions are still nice, though.
Yeah, they are actually. Trying to see what I haven't answered yet. Somebody said, "What do we think Tesla stock will do on Monday?"
I don't know, because we had a few days, like 2
I
weeks
don't
ago, we
know.
had a really good week, and then
This
last
whole week has just been a
it was up
nightmare.
and down, so I don't know what's going on, yeah.
Yeah. I don't. If I could call it, I would be far richer than I am. We'll say that. Slew Dog said, finally pulled the trigger on a Model 3 long range a few days ago. Congrats. Estimated delivery 10 to 16 weeks. Do you think that my car will be a 22 model year? 16 weeks would put it at mid-November. Really depends when it's produced.
Yeah.
I think in like September, October is when they switch that over now, right?
I think, well, the last 2 years it's been in October.
October,
not-
okay.
Yeah, not September, so I don't think they're going to do it any sooner than October.
Yeah. But, either way, it'll be an amazing car.
And even if they do change, there's been years in the past when it has changed, and there was virtually no difference in the hardware from
Exactly.
from 1 week to the next, other than the VIN changed.
Yep.
Other times there are a few more hardware changes.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm finally getting caught up on comments. This is amazing. I think I'm only like a minute behind now. Tim said, do you like Cybertruck with 7K FSD, or do you remove it from your order? So, to be honest, the Cybertruck is a car that I plan on keeping.
I think you would keep it on that
long
one, yeah.
term. I know I've said that about some cars in the past, but I'm like really thinking the Cybertruck is something we'll keep long term. The utility aspect of it, we are DIYers. We have a lot of projects coming up. We're going to build a whole new deck. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff, and it's just everything about the Cybertruck tells me I should just keep it. And worst case, even if I get another daily driver in the future, I think that would be a car I would consider potentially putting on Turo. Because the outside is so rugged and like
the stainless steel.
Stainless steel. You're not really going to see dents if it ever dents. I think that is a car we'll be keeping for a long time, actually. Which is kind of fun to say about a Tesla. Because normally I'm always looking forward to the next Tesla as soon as I get my other one. But no, I think Cybertruck, we're keeping the FSD. For sure. No subscription for that one. Amy said, what is Scott making for dinner? What did he make?
I don't know. He made barbecued ribs, grilled chicken, grilled vegetables, and like potatoes dauphin or something like that. So quite the meal tonight.
Bougie potatoes.
Because we do have company. So
We do.
So, but speaking of which, I'll probably be bailing here soon just to go hang out. But it was a nice meal this evening. Oh, and a coconut cream pie for
Coconut
dessert.
cream pie, yeah.
Yeah.
We're almost caught up on comments, and then maybe we'll just end the live stream a little early and go spend time with some company. Let's see. Pete said Tesla launching FSD subscription will be great for reoccurring revenue, great for the share price.
Okay, so that's why
once
they're
we
asking
start
about the share
seeing on
price. Yeah,
balance sheet.
there you go.
Yeah, and
I didn't make the connection
that's
there,
what
yeah.
like I love about subscriptions. It tends to do a lot of good for balance sheets, but at the same point, it has to be a subscription that the consumer is willing to buy. And most subscriptions aren't $200 a month. That's a big ask for people to keep it going. I'd still be curious to see what does happen tomorrow. Let's see. Jay Pavilion said, I'll keep my 2021 Model S long range for a minimum of 5 years. If I can try to get the Plaid, I'll keep it for 10 years. So we have the long range and we have the Plaid.
Coming
and we're
up,
still
yeah.
trying to decide. We're going to take delivery of both. It just makes sense. But we're still trying to decide, will we keep the long range or will we keep the Plaid?
I think the long range.
I'm thinking the long range.
Just better for doing the road trips and
Mileage, yeah.
stuff like that, longer mileage. Yeah, and we still are happy though with the S100D. Still a great car. It's just over 4 years old, and I don't see us getting rid of that anytime soon either.
Yeah.
Especially because it has that free unlimited supercharging and the free premium connectivity for life.
Yo. Diego said, Scott, tap the wall twice if you need us to call for help.
Oh, I didn't hear anything. But...
Oh, but we got a super chat. Thank you, Jim, so much for the $3 super chat. Really appreciate that. Said, are you guys going to go live for the earnings call?
Yeah, we always. Wait. This is. Oh. I don't know if we'll be live.
Maybe.
We'll see. We typically do those.
We will be trying our hardest.
It depends on our internet connectivity.
Exactly. Some things are coming up, and we will be doing some things. We will be going some places. We will be doing some things.
Having some nice videos, hopefully.
Having some nice videos.
We'll try.
But we will try our hardest, and if we can, I guarantee you it's going to be epic.
that would be...
I know. I'm thinking what you're thinking too.
Yeah. I mean,
we're on the same page.
It might not be in 4K.
No, but it would be cool.
But it's just going to be Sid talking, listening in on an earnings call. So it's not like we're going to have
We will be trying our hardest to live stream it.
Yeah.
I will know a little bit more in about a week or so.
Yeah. Isn't that when the earnings call is?
I think it's on the 26th.
Yeah, so a little over a week.
A little over a week. Let's see. Unfortunately, though, Mando X Games, thank you for the $2 super chat, said Tesla Tequila next Monday. Unfortunately, I can't bring the tequila with me. Could we?
I don't know.
We'll have to think about it. I don't know why your super chat hasn't shown. Oh, there it is, right here. We'll have to see if we can bring the tequila with us. If we can, we will. Let's see. Where was it? Roger said, I like food.
Yeah. But yeah, I think, you got to do, you haven't done the dog cam yet. So before we sign up for the day, you got to see that,
Hold on, I gotta
times
restart
out.
it.
It's like it's on at the beginning of the stream. And
I think it turns off after 20 minutes.
We
I
need
just
to check
need
the
to
settings
redo
on that
this.
one, yeah, because it's like we don't switch to it as
we'll
often
give
as
it
going
just a
back to the
second.
other cameras. But they are both here. They're sitting at my feet here and wondering what time dinner is because a few minutes past.
Jay Pavilion said, why do people think Scott's being held against his will?
I don't know. That's kind
I
of
don't really know. I didn't start that.
Yeah.
I think it's because he doesn't really come down to the basement much, and he's not really on camera anymore. But it is still really funny.
And that's weird. Is somebody just brought up Taco Tuesday when...
Oh yeah, Larry. Taco Tuesday, $5 super chat.
What
Thank you very
timing?
much. I love Taco Tuesday. Who doesn't?
Did the dog cam, is it ready?
Dog cam.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Let me just hit accept.
There you go.
There you
So,
go.
see, this is live. You can tell that they're there and yeah.
So
And you can see-
introduce them.
And so this is Layden and this is Kit. So the female and the male. Yes, hello Layden. And you can see all the money that we've received on our super chats today. We're just rolling in the dough. Thank you very much once again.
We're gonna buy new money guns with that. by the way.
Yeah.
Let's see. Diego said no more secrets. Trust me, Diego. I can't wait to share this one with you. I really can't. In time. Just, I will say this. If you guys enjoy the content, please subscribe and turn on the little bell, and you'll get notifications when we go live or have new videos. But also, go check out my Instagram. It should be linked down below. You will be able to see a lot more behind the scenes of what we are going to be doing in the next week or so on my Instagram.
But also just check back. You just did like an Instagram, was it yesterday or the day before? With some new hardware on the Model Y.
Yeah,
that
some
the videos,
sneak peek of
video
video coming
some
out.
cool hardware. So definitely check that out.
So definitely go check out my Instagram.
But also in the future,
And
probably be a lot of stuff coming up on
of
Instagram in the
stuff.
next couple of weeks here.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. But the Instagram stories is where I post a lot of kind of behind the scenes stuff. So definitely go check out that.
Yeah, because the stories are only available for 24 hours. So if
and
you
then
miss
they're
out,
gone.
they're gone.
Yeah, but it kind of gives you guys a little sneak peek into what's coming up without me completely blowing up what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun. Let's see. I saw somebody said that they are expecting their Tesla and they wanted to know what accessories to get. MGAG said, just got a Model 3 standard range. Any suggestions on mods? First, congrats. Awesome. Second, our channel sponsor, Abstract Ocean. This is a perfect plug, so thank you very much. They have all kinds of really cool accessories. We were a fan of their products far before they became a channel sponsor. And they have a lot of really, really cool, useful products. Definitely check them out, and using code Tesla Inventory will get you 15% off your first purchase.
But it's going to say 3 of them really quick. I'm going to say the screen protector.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Matte screen protector.
I was going to say, so they have 2 screen protectors, a gloss and a matte.
I like the matte one, yeah.
We prefer the matte because it takes away any glare.
Yeah, and also I think the lights, you can upgrade your cabin lights, right?
Yes.
With really bright lights compared to the one that older Teslas have. I understand the newer refreshed Tesla, they finally have some brighter lights, but definitely for the Model 3, we definitely suggest swapping all those out. Or even the older S and X too. We've swapped those out on all our cars over the years, but also the wraps, like the center console wrap.
Yeah, we've had some fun with that one.
You can totally customize the look with those.
We've had carbon fiber. Right now I have the white, and I really dig it.
It looks OEM or whatever. It looks like it belongs.
But yeah, they're really awesome. But if you just kind of look up like Tesla mods, I think I even have a playlist on my channel. I don't know how updated it is. I'll have to look at that. But we do a lot of installs and everything. So, but if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Twitter or Instagram. It should all be linked down below. Sometimes I'm a little delayed responding to people on Twitter and Instagram because some days I literally get like 100 messages. So if I'm a little delayed, I do apologize.
Anders is saying if we could send a little or start a little earlier because it's like 2 a.m. for him in Europe. So
I agree.
Maybe in the coming weeks, maybe we'll do them at different times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I had to work this weekend as well, so that's why we couldn't really start any earlier. Weekends I work. I literally get home and basically it's time to go live.
Yeah, but we do appreciate all of our viewers around the world because we know that not everybody's on the same time zone, and that's really early or really late depending on where you're at.
Yep. Slew Dog saw Andy recently comment that he may get a Model S for his channel to review. Said his Tesla. I think he did the Plaid review, but I think he might be saying like if he's actually gonna buy one. His Tesla advisor said if he ordered now, he can get a Plaid in a month and a long range in 2 months. If he gets one before me,
yeah, that'd be disappointing because we're at day 299.
Yeah,
not that we're counting.
Like I love you, Andy, but I'd be upset.
Yeah.
Let's see. Larry said 1,100 people showed up at the Tesla takeover.
Oh yeah, that was a really big event this weekend. Yeah.
800 plus Teslas. Wow. Really wish we could have been there. Unfortunately, it didn't work out this year.
Just think though, 299 days. You could have met somebody. You could have had a baby, and we'd still be waiting for a call.
What a weird analogy.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like 10 months. You could have a baby in 9 months, and we still can't have a car in 10. Wow.
There you go. Wow. We could have had a baby.
Yeah, but not a Tesla.
Let's see.
With white interior.
Tim said you guys need some LED color lighting. Makes your studio look better.
Yeah.
We do need to add a little bit of color.
Yeah, or something up here because we have something like that picture there, maybe, or we should have like the green screen. We could put
whatever we want.
Video up there.
That's actually a good idea. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. I think we actually got through almost everybody's questions.
We got a short one though because we got company. We got to go up and socialize. So
but really do appreciate everyone hanging out. We are gonna go hang out with our company. But we will hopefully see you next week. Again, I say hopefully because things will be happening. Things will be different scenery if we're here next week. Either way, definitely check out my Instagram and everything if we are not here, and you can kind of see what we're doing. It should be pretty fun. But really appreciate everyone hanging out and everything. Really do appreciate it, as well as all the super chats. Definitely not necessary, but very appreciated. That's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it though. As always, huge thanks to our channel sponsor, Abstract Ocean. Definitely check them out. All linked down below, and using code Tesla Inventory will get you 15% off of your first purchase. I think we had a last minute super chat real quick.
Yes, I was throwing the money. Show me.
So we'll take care of that real quick. From Spurgeon, it said, "Can I pay to have Tesla install a charger with solar?" Yes.
Depending, but yes, we did. When we had our solar installed and our power walls, Tesla installed 3 wall connectors for us. So it is possible. I don't know if they do it everywhere, but definitely ask.
Yep. But that's pretty much it for this one. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. We will see you maybe next weekend. Don't hold me to it, but check out my Instagram if you want to see what we're doing, and we will talk to you then. Bye.